He has been a heartthrob for millions on TV, and now on the silver screen he's winning even bigger hearts. Kai Poche, Shuddh Desi Romance, PK, and now Detective Byomkesh Bakshy. Today we have with us Sushant Singh Rajput himself.
Hi.
Detective Byomkesh Bakshy, the film. It's a detective film. So this genre hasn't been tried ever before in this proportion in India. So what do you feel what kind of response people will be getting for it?
No, I think that there have been films made on this genre, but then yes, it is a very nice mix of something that's very period and at the same time very contemporary way of showing that thing. So that amalgamation is very new. That's a very good innovation that we are coming up with. And just because everything that was there in 1940s in Calcutta was so exciting, and the way Dibakar is trying to show them is very, very interesting, and everybody will get it and will be very, very interested and excited to watch that film.
Okay, and just as you said, everything is in 1943. Were there instances during the shoot when you felt had it been in the present era, this would have been done differently? Did you have any such conversations with?
Of course, we do so many things right now, and we are so used to it.
Yeah.
We can't do it without our phones.
Yeah.
So everything is in that phone. So we talk, we text, we Facebook, we Twitter, we do everything on our phone. We record. Then there is TV. Then there is automatic cars. Then there is mineral water. So all these things, we are so used to it.
Yeah.
Back in 1940s, there was just a radio.
Yeah.
And that was a form of communication. Or a postcard, maybe you write letters, and that was a form of communication. So the idea of the time was different.
Okay.
If you're my friend and you have gone for some work, there's no way possible that I'll get in touch with you if you don't have a phone.
Yeah.
So the whole dynamics of communication was different. And this small change in the idea of time is what creates everything you see everything in a different way.
So people, will they be able to connect to that? Won't there be a miscommunication kind of people would have that आज के ज़माने में होता तो कर लेते हैं यार.
नहीं, ये बिल्कुल नहीं होगा क्योंकि there are so many liberties that a filmmaker takes when he's making a film. He can show you a film that talks about 20 years in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So obviously there is a difference of the definition of time when you are watching a film.
Yeah.
So that thing won't be there, but as an actor to think about it and to process it is very important.
Okay, and talking about Dibakar Banerjee himself, you must have been watching his films in the past. So when he offered you this role, so how much of did you just directly accept it just because of a Dibakar Banerjee film?
There were 3 things right there in my face. Number 1, it was the Dibakar Banerjee film. Number 2, it was being produced by YRF. And number 3, it was Byomkesh Bakshy. So it was an instant yes.
Okay, and in the film itself, your look has completely changed. Previously, you have done all stylish-looking characters mostly.
You really think so? Because Ishan in the first film was not very stylish, and at the same time, Shuddh Desi Romance was not very stylish. So
but only in this one itself,
PK, I was looking a little bit better than the first 2 films.
Okay, but still in this film, your look is completely different. You have a unibrow, you have a side parting, and it's completely different. So were you okay with that idea right from the very instant? Because Byomkesh doesn't have a character definition. Anyone who has played Byomkesh in the past, they have used their own liberties to show his look.
Now, one thing that you must be very confident and sure about is that if we are talking about Calcutta in 1940s, you can't do certain things.
Yeah.
So if you're that aware of all the things that you're not supposed to do is when you can think about something that's there in that world. So this was Dibakar's idea. He sketched Byomkesh for me.
Okay.
And he showed it to me. I was like, this is what my Byomkesh looks like.
Okay. And talking about actors, many other actors and your peers and all, many of them, if I'm talking about Varun or Siddharth, anyone. So when we get news about them, so we get many news. Whereas for a Sushant Singh Rajput, we get only news limited when it is about Ankita or something related to that.
Yeah.
So is it that Sushant Singh Rajput is not very open to the media? He doesn't give out that many news?
It might be that I'm very boring.
Really?
Might be. But the most important thing is that all the films that I'm doing, it takes me a lot and I have to put in a lot of hard work in order to convince myself that I can play this character or any of the characters that I'm playing. And then I need time after when I'm done shooting for the film. I need time for myself. I need time to sit and reflect, and I need time to give to my family. So these things are my priorities, and so it's hardly any time to make some news.
Okay. And talking about Byomkesh Bakshy itself, it has been done in TV before.
Yes.
You have been working in TV in the past. So if there is a new Byomkesh Bakshy series coming up in television, would you want to work on that?
Of course, if it's well written, why not? I don't have a problem with any of the mediums. I only have problems with, say, the script.
Okay. So if the script is not good, you will not accept.
Of course. Be it anybody. If I don't get the script, I am not saying that the script is good or bad. If I don't see a room for excitement or improvement, I will not touch it.
Okay. And Dibakar once told in an interview that this film is a part of like 32 different stories that like on this full series there are 2 books that he has actually picked up, 2 stories.
Yeah.
So do you name the 2?
I can't. That's the story about. So there can be so many permutations if you have 32 stories. So let's sit down and figure it out. That makes the film so interesting.
Okay. And talking about your future, what other projects are you presently working on?
There's a biopic on MS.
Yeah.
Then there is Pani. And then there is a film with Homi Mujania.
Okay. And talking about Dhoni, so World Cup's on.
I can't talk.
So
I can't talk. See all these people sitting here. I can't talk. See?
Okay, so no more questions on Dhoni. So yeah, and the obvious questions with Ankita, like
Everybody knows everything about everything between me and Ankita. Let's not talk about it.
Okay.
Let's talk about somebody else.
Okay.
Let's talk about Monica Bellucci now. Thank you.
Thank you. It was wonderful.